Peace and bliss, YouTube. This is Tanya. Welcome back to Reclaiming Our Roots. New subscribers, welcome. This is probably your first view of the balcony. It's been a while since I've been out here. I've been investing most of my time in beyond the balcony. We've expanded our growing efforts this year. So the last couple of videos that I shot was covering the growth and the production in that area. So it's time and long overdue that I provide you all an update on what the balcony is doing, show you all what's working, what's not working, and some improvements that I'm going to make, not in this space in the years to come, but just with my growing practices. So let's get started. Let me show you my Lacinato dinosaur kale. The last video that I shot, I was having issues with the plant. It was riddled with insects and some worm type that had pretty much all but decimated a couple of my kale plants. During that time, I was considering neem, but I have since had a change of heart on that. I really want to do this thing as organic as possible without applying any chemical topicals or even all natural topicals. I want to study nature. I want to take my cues from nature. I want to learn the insect cycle and to be able to get ahead of the insect cycle where I can prevent as much loss as I can and maximize my harvests by studying the insect cycle and just do it as natural as possible. I really do want to refrain from applying topicals and any chemicals or organic chemicals on the plants. I just really want to allow nature to do what nature does and just learn to be one with that process and learn from her. I want nature to be my teacher. And that's what this whole process has been about for me. It's about me being a steward, not of the land, but of my containers, and a student. You know, where I can learn as much as possible. And that comes with some loss. As we get through this video, you'll see some of the issues that I've had. I'm honest. I'm going to show you all the good, the bad, the ugly, and what I've experienced in my growing process, because that was one of the reasons why I started this channel, to not only document my process, but to learn from my mistakes and my failures. So it's a beautiful process, and I'm enjoying the journey thus far. So this is my, I believe this here's potato plant here. I'm not sure, but I think I did a video on this one. I'm not sure. If I did, I will link it in the description box. I will add it as one of my videos to watch at the end of this video. So it's doing well. It's sprouted. It has flowered, and it's starting to die back. And my understanding with growing potatoes, once they start to die off or once they start to die down, then they're ready to be harvested. As you can see, it still has some greenery on here. I water roughly every other day. So I'm looking forward to harvesting. Once I harvest these potatoes, I will bring you all along. I believe these are these are the Yukon Golds. Yes, the Yukon Golds. And if you all remember in the previous video, Yukon Golds are short season potatoes. They are a determinate variety, but I go into detail on what they are and the growing process for those in the video that I created for those. So go back and take a look at those. So the new addition to the balcony are some tomato plants that I had some extra that I could not accommodate in the beyond the balcony space, so I brought them up here. What variety, I do not know. Oh, this is a Black Beauty. This is a Black Beauty. Black Beauty that we have here. And what else do we have here? Another tomato plant that I brought up here to find some space for. This one is a Tommy Toe tomato, and it's looking good. It's already starting to set fruit. So, yep. I planted some more Swiss chard the other day, last week. This is the Bright Lights variety Swiss chard. Swiss chard is an excellent, it does well in the heat. So very heat resistant, so I thought that I would grow some more. And I planted some Brussels sprouts. So we'll see how that goes. I've tried planting Brussels sprouts in years past, and I wasn't very successful with that. So but that's what gardening is all about, right? We don't give up, we persevere, we keep going. So this here, I have two tomato plants here. I do not know what variety these are, guys. I guess I will find out once they start to grow. And over here is my green bean plant. And as you can see, there's some green beans in there that I need to come out and harvest. I actually ate a couple the other day. I just sat out here and noshed on a couple of string beans. And that's what I like to do, guys. There's nothing more rewarding to go out in the garden and to eat fresh fruits, eat fresh veggies from the garden grown, right? That's the whole point. So yeah, you can see we got some, you can see it at the top here. So yeah, it's looking good. I planted some more Clemson spineless okra. Can never have enough okra. And this pot here, for the first year, this is the patty pan squash. So I'm looking forward to the patty pan this year. They're like 4-5 inches in diameter. They're a circular squash. And from what I've seen, they're pretty good. And over here, I planted some more tomatoes. This is a yellow pear tomato. So I'm looking forward to that. And in the back there, that's the Yukon Gold. I think they are ready to be harvested, so stay tuned for those. The Yukon Gold, those are potatoes. And over here we have the russet potato. It's an indeterminate variety. I have a video on this one. So go back and take a look at that one. I will link it in the description box. And over here we have a red ghost pepper, which is a really hot pepper. This is the first time growing this one, so I'm looking forward to that hot baby. And over here we have the broccoli, looking pretty good. This is my first year growing broccoli. I forgot the name of this broccoli. Oh my God, I'm so bad with remembering my varieties. But that's broccoli. And over here, my basil is booming, baby. Look at that basil. I'm gonna come out later on this evening and harvest some basil. And over here, we have some cayenne peppers. These were newly sown. The cayenne peppers, the Clemson spineless, the patty pan, the yellow pear tomato, and what is that back there? The Bright Light Swiss chard. Those are late adds. So as my brassicas have died off and we've harvested most of them, so I just brought out some things that will to add to the garden, right? So, and they're less than like I think they're between 70-75 days germination. No, not germination, to harvest. So we still have enough time in the season for me to get several more crops in. So, but yeah, this is the Kohlrabi. This is the purple Kohlrabi. This is a new addition to our garden this year. So I'm looking forward to that. And the leaves look very healthy on this. I did see some insect issues about a month or so ago, but it's looking good now. So again, insects, from what I've learned, they're in cycles. So it's just a matter of you mastering those cycles of learning when to plant what and when and what to expect, and plant it early enough so that you can get a hefty harvest out of it before it's ravished by the insects. And over here, this is a Russian kale. And surprisingly, I have not harvested any kale from this plant, but I will be harvesting probably tomorrow from this one. And up here we have some lip balm. Garlic didn't do so well, guys. I don't know. Oh my gosh, garlic, I don't know. That was a complete flop. I know it says pink radish, but that's garlic. And over here, these are most of my herbs. They did pretty well. I need to pull the rest of this up and dehydrate it. But I did harvest a lot of this stuff fresh. This Thai basil, and I believe that's spearmint and lavender. Didn't do well at all. And beyond the balcony is everything that I'm growing on the rooftop. As you can see, the collard greens are tattered with insects, but I did get a hefty harvest from those. I made several pots of collards. I was able to even freeze some, and I have some in the refrigerator as we speak. So I'm pleased with the collards this year. I will be pulling those up in the coming days. And my Swiss chard is looking good. So I will be harvesting that probably tomorrow. And I'm thinking about, once I pull out the collards, I'm going to plant some more okra because I can never have enough okra. And I think I'm going to plant, there's a pepper, I forgot the name. Oh gosh, where's my brain? I forgot the name of the pepper variety I said that I would plant. Was it a cayenne? Maybe a cayenne pepper that I said that I was going to plant in place once I pull up the collards. So, but anyway, I'll bring you all along in the next update and you'll see what it is. And the basil is absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. So I will be drying some of the basil. Basil is very heat tolerant, but these last couple of days we have been in the 90s. So, but it's weathering the heat. It's very heat resistant. I will be harvesting some probably tomorrow morning, and I will be drying some. Last year I made basil powder, and I added it to our sauces, and it's absolutely delicious. And the lemon balm is doing what the lemon balm does. It is growing prolifically, looking good. It's the lemon balm over there. And here, in this pot here, are carrots. This is my first year growing carrots. I tried carrots about 7 years ago, and it was an absolute disaster. So, we'll see. And I have a tomato plant here that I brought up from the Beyond the Balcony space, or my main garden, that's what I'll call it, my main garden. So I brought that one up, and this one here, I brought that one up. And here we have the Ajarski sweet pepper right here. See that? And that's coming along really nice. So yeah, guys, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So that's what's going on the rooftop. And I'm pleased. And I have 2 empty baskets, 2 empty grow bags in the back there that I need to find replacement plants for. So, yep, it's looking good. So that's the update on the balcony. What's going on out here? My hits and misses so far. But again, as always, overall, I am pleased. I feel like I'm growing snacks in compared to some of my not going to say my counterparts, but some other homesteaders that are out here on acreages and just doing the damn thing. And I'm like, all right, my day's coming. This is coming. But yeah, I feel like I'm growing snacks. But this is a lot more. This is the most that I have grown since I've been here, and I've been in this space for, let's just say, a very long time. So, but this is the most that we've grown because as I've mentioned, and as you all know, if you've been following this channel, you know that we do have an extension of the balcony below here, which I so affectionately call beyond the balcony. So yeah, that's where the majority of the produce is. So I'm very pleased with our efforts so far this year. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. Let me know how things are going in your garden, what your hits and misses are, what's thriving, what's dying, what are you learning? I would love to know. I am battling an issue with blossom end rot with my squash. So this morning I was out early and I applied, for this one I applied some lime, and I used apple cider vinegar because I did do a process of elimination. I do know that it is a calcium deficiency. I manually pollinated the blossoms, as well as we have a ton of bees that have been pollinating the blossoms. It's not an uneven watering. We're not having that issue, although we are getting a lot of water, but it's not uneven watering. So I ruled in that it was a calcium deficiency. So we'll see. Hopefully that helps, because there's still several blossoms that are growing daily. So hopefully I nipped it in the bud early enough so the fruit to come will be able to grow to full fruition. So that's one of the issues that I've been dealing with. But other than that, I'm really pleased with what we have so far. So again, drop me in a comment. Let me know how things are going in your neck of the woods, what you're growing, your hits and misses, your learning experiences. I'd love to know. And if you have any pointers on my squash, please let me know. I am a sponge when it comes to learning. I love to learn. I love to fail so that I learn from those experiences. So I'd like to hear from you. Okay, that's enough. Otherwise, I will sit here and ramble on. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, share. Share. I do see some growth with the channel. My goal is to get at least 1,000 subscribers. I want to see if I can get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I want to see. If you know someone that is in the same situation that I'm in, they live in limited space and they don't think garden is possible, share my channel. Show them how I'm doing it, how you can garden on your balcony. Yeah, and I think they would benefit immensely from that, as I have benefited from a lot of the channels that I watch. I learn from them and apply new things, that I learned. So, but yeah, if you know someone that could benefit from this channel, that will find value in what I'm sharing. I do not know it all. I never profess to know it all. I am a student gardener and just following the cues of nature. So, all right, I'll wrap it up there. So until the next video, peace and bliss.